Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. It is 2 minutes to 1 p.m. on Tuesday, June 28th. This is now a full storm warning. We are anticipating that the storm is going to make landfall before 6 p.m. today. It is accelerating its westward trajectory. It is being held in a southern westerly trajectory because of a strong front from the north. This is a very, it's not the norm of how storms travel around the world between Saharan Africa and the west, because all of our storms start over the Sahara Desert, and the trajectory usually takes them in a northwestern because of the tilt of the Earth's axis. Anyway, this issue today that we want to deal with, I did not think that we would have to touch base on this. I was just in a conversation with Derek Chin, the owner of Movietown. Derek assured me that the Dachin Group, of which he is the CEO, chairman, all of its businesses today, Movietown, Texas de Brazil, Jack's and Rizzoni's restaurants, all auto boats, only their telecom operation, security operation, but on a limited basis. Some tenants remain open at the C3 and Port of Spain malls, but we close the malls all by 5 p.m. for the latest. He said PriceSmart remains open, but his businesses are closed. And yes, he's taking it seriously. And the point to be made here is that employers have a responsibility for worker safety. Now, I put out a post just now because I read that KFC announced that they're going to be closing at 6, but the storm is making landfall at 6. So what are their workers supposed to do? How are their workers supposed to get home, secure their families, secure their properties? This is insanity. The government should have announced a closure of all businesses at 2 p.m. today. That is the responsibility of the government, knowing that this storm is going to make landfall. The government knows how to shut the country down. They've shut the country down in the past for months and years. So we know that they could have taken that action. We heard that Shell Energy has so far, as of 1 o'clock, Shell Energy has not evacuated their platforms. BPTT has evacuated their platform. So what is Shell waiting on? Is Shell Energy putting its workers' lives at risk for profit? KFC, TGI Fridays, Prestige Holdings. What are you waiting on to send your workers home? Hilo, Massey, True Value, JTA, Superfarm, all of these stores. Why do you think you're providing an essential service to your customers? Your staff need your compassion more. Everybody in Trinidad has been aware of this storm, and we should announce the closure of everything by 2 o'clock so that your workers can find themselves in a public transportation of some sort to get home. We are trying to reach industrial relations consultant Stephen Matheson, because I want to advise the workers of their rights. Because even if your employer is refusing to close the establishment, you have rights for the protection of your life and property, and you can walk off the job and not risk your job. Satish, I don't know if you have Stephen Matheson on the call as yet. We're waiting on Stephen Matheson, Industrial Relations. He's an expert in this, and he will give you. We're having technical problems. Satish, let me know if I could just take Stephen through the Bluetooth call. I'm going to take Stephen. Let me take Stephen through the Bluetooth call. Okay, give me 1 minute. We are having technical difficulties. Let me try and see if I could get Dr. Matheson on the phone. Oh my God, I pressed the wrong button. Stephen, stand by for me. Stephen, stand by for me. I'm bringing you through on the Bluetooth. Just test 1, 2, 3 there for me. Stephen?
Hello?
Right.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Stephen, we are live right now, and I know that you are very busy where you are. I thank you for giving me the couple of minutes that it takes for this call. I am asking you, with the announcement from the local government minister, Faris Arawi, that the storm is expected to make landfall at 6 p.m. It is now 1 p.m. Workers are calling me and asking me what are their rights for employers who want to open till 5 and 6 o'clock and they have to get home and secure their homes and stuff. They want to stop and get a bottle, a case of water and a bread. What are their rights? How long, what can they walk off the job and go home safely, basically?
Well, that question shouldn't even arise on a day like today. Employers should understand that they have the responsibility to create both a safe working environment for their employees, which includes ensuring that they get home safely or probably leave the workplace safely in a time that will allow them to get home before the danger that is already established. So the question as to whether or not what time is best for them to go, if they establish that the storm will make landfall, say 6 o'clock and at 1 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock might be a good time to allow for workers to go home. Because remember, most of these workers are not workers that are driving home. They have to depend on transportation. And the transportation in most cases are only available in a limited capacity. When I say limited capacity, most taxi drivers will probably get off the road 2 to 3 hours before the storm hits
themselves
because of where they live too.
Yeah,
So the question as to, I didn't hear you.
No, they have to secure their homes as well.
They have to secure their homes too. So the question as to whether or not an employer should allow their worker to go home in a safe time doesn't arise. The protection an employee has is well established in under the Occupational Health and Safety Act, if you want to look at it like that. You have the duty of the employer, which is under Section 6, and then the duty of the employee under Section 10, and then what an employee can do in situations where they feel that they are asked to operate in situations that are dangerous under Sections 14 and 15. So, yes, an employee could leave the job if he feels that his life is threatened, his family life is threatened at this time, and that kind of thing, and he needs to get home and prepare in a situation where we have a force majeure situation, an act of God. They can, of course, leave the job when they feel that it's safe to do so. So that, as I say, that question really doesn't arise.
Self-preservation,
in my opinion.
Self-preservation now becomes the order of the day.
Yes, exactly. Self-preservation is a priority. That will take precedence over everything else.
Stephen, I want to thank you. I know you're busy. I know how much things you have going on. Is there anything else you would like to add, guidance for the workers particularly?
Well, what I would want to see is that employers should be considering protecting the most valuable resources, which is the human resources. And you should really be considering in times like these where there is an established danger, where there is an established storm. Everybody, we know our office is internationally spoken about. Employers should forget the extra dollar that they could make, because these employees have to travel home unless you're providing transportation to them, and not just transportation, but some of them are single parents, like in KFC, and they have to get home, they have to prepare, they have to buy candles, they have to buy cakes, they have to buy whatever, and they may want to get that too. So you should probably try to release them earlier, and who come in to buy KFC 6 o'clock in the evening, 5 o'clock in the evening? That's just nonsensical. So release the workers earlier so that they could get to safe places and the kind of protection that is needed in these times. That's what I would say to employers. It will work for you because you will have them to do the same thing another day when there is no storm.
Agreed. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your time.
Yeah, great.
That was Stephen Matheson, industrial relations expert. He's our consultant. He is an authority on issues like these. We are calling on employers of all kinds. Please have compassion and common sense. A lot of these workers have to go and pick up children by where the children stay so that they could get home and protect their properties. Again, what Stephen just alluded to, if these workers don't get to protect their properties and they suffer damage during the storm, then they can't come to work tomorrow or the day after, whatever the case. You have a vested interest, as Stephen Matheson just said, protect your most valuable resource, your human resource. Without them, you can't open your business. Trinidad and Tobago, let us get off the road. If you're looking to go and buy a box at KFC at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, you are not the solution, you are the problem. To the workers, I say, hear me clear, the Citizens Union of Trinidad and Tobago stands ready to defend you should you have a problem standing up for your rights under these circumstances. You can WhatsApp me at 682-2110 for more information, but the guidance is a simple one. You have rights. By 2 p.m. today is a fair time. Stephen suggested 3, I say 2, but I would err on the side of caution. He is the expert. 3 o'clock gives you 3 hours. 3 hours to get home, prepare yourself, and for a storm that is scheduled to hit. Now, storms don't hit on schedule. The storm could come at 7, it could come at 8, it could come at 5. Things change. It is weather patterns which are unpredictable. So at this point, I think that the companies, all companies in Trinidad and Tobago, it is 1 o'clock now. It is 10 minutes past 1. And I'm suggesting to all companies in Trinidad and Tobago, unless you provide an essential service during the storm, rescue, fire, police, law enforcement, TNTech, unless you provide an essential service, ODPM, during the storm, please let your workers go, close the establishment, don't run down the extra dollar that could put lives at risk and cause more problems in the long run. Okay? I would like somebody to message me and let me know when Shell commits to evacuating their platforms and getting their workers home. This is important because these people are very exposed. Sheltering in place is not really an option. BPTT has evacuated theirs. Shell, Trinidad and Tobago, please. Now, I know that you know that this is a banana republic, but I want you to hear that on this video, we are giving you notice as of 10 past 1 that you have a responsibility to the lives and safety of all of the workers on those platforms. This video that you're watching right now, we will be doing updates, regular updates, all through the lead up to the storm and during the storm. Okay? So we will be doing our endeavor best. I don't know how long I'll be on this at this location, but we'll be doing our endeavor best to keep ourselves coming to you live from wherever. Until then, let common sense prevail. I hear the Prime Minister quoting me when I say keep calm, keep a level head, don't panic.